it's Trevor Plays here, back again with another My Hero Academia anime review, and this is for episode 22, or 60 in total, called I Talk About Your Quirk. And obviously we don't get the talk about your quirk until the ending of the episode, so obviously that will be at the ending of this anime review. So, at the beginning of this episode, we see the reveal of everybody who passed the provisional license exam and the ones that didn't. Now, there are 2 from Class 1A that did not pass and 2 from Shiketsu because, well, of being revealed and stuff, but I will talk about that when we get there. So, the 2 that failed from Class 1A is Shoto Todoroki and Katsuki Bakugo. Now, when I found out that Shoto failed in the manga when I read it, I was like, no, he can't fail. He's my favorite character. Why have you done this, Horikoshi? But then after it went on and I kept reading the manga and all that, I understood why he did it, and I'm okay with it now. But seeing it animated, it still kind of hit home to me because I was like, no, this should not have happened, but it happened, and I understand why. It's because of what happened in the episode before with Inasa, who was the one who didn't fail. He was one of the ones who failed from Shiketsu High. And we get this scene where he apologizes and all that, but then Shoto's like, well, the words that you said, they mean a lot, and I learned from it, so you don't have to be sorry or anything. So there's that. And then, everybody's freaking out, like, what? Shoto failed? Like, our top 2, strongest people failed? Like, what? But then, it comes back around to say that they get another shot. The, guy who was announcing and all that said that everybody who failed, you get a second shot, and the second shot is coming back for another course or whatever, and then you can take another course and get your license that way, and that way you could, somewhat reach everybody else in your class and all that. So Shoto and Bakugo and Inasa have this little 3-way scene here, and they're like happy that they get another shot at trying to become heroes with provisional licenses so they can actually do hero work and not have to be scolded on it because they don't have one. So we see that, and then after that we get a cut over to a Supermax prison called Tartarus. And it's funny because there was another anime that I've watched, Fairy Tail, if you guys know, and one of the arcs was called the Tartarus arc, and it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's kind of the same thing, but it's kind of relevant, so I thought that was kind of funny. But Tartarus is a Supermax prison that holds very, very dangerous and criminals and stuff from in the My Hero world and all that. So it's kind of like a very Supermax Fort Knox prison or whatever. So it's kind of cool. And then we see All Might, but he's talking to All For One. And apparently we get this news that, All For One doesn't know what the news is because we don't tell him. We don't tell him what's going on in the world. So, but he does a thing and just does a guess and says, here's what's happening in the world. Because of your retirement, the world is going in a little chaos loop because they don't know how Endeavor, the number 2 hero, is going to step up and be the mantle as leader of the heroes and all that. So there's a little bit of tension between All For One and All Might here, but then All Might, he kind of brushes it off and goes and talks about a few more things, and then says that where is Shigaraki? And All For One says, I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, my successor has left the nest. He's left the nest, and he's doing his own thing. So I have no idea what he's doing. And so then that kind of is a hint towards All Might saying, his successor has left the nest. What are you doing with Deku? And all that. So again, more tension there, but All Might says that he will not die by Shigaraki, and he figured out that All for One's plan is to send Shigaraki out to kill All Might and Deku, because, you know, he's his successor and all that, so they don't want another, All Might incident happening and all this other stuff, but it's gonna happen, because, we don't want All Might to die, and Deku's the main protagonist, so he's not going to die. So, we have that. Let's see, what happened after that? Oh yeah, then it cut back to Deku, and he's all happy that he got his card and all that, and he starts crying, and Uraraka comments, "Are you crying?" And he's like, "No, I'm just happy," and then says that, he's come so far because of how many people have helped him. All Might's helped him. His mom has supported him throughout this whole thing. He's made wonderful friends within Uraraka, Ida, and Shoto as well, but also pretty much most of the class as well. He's pretty much become friends with everybody. So it's because of them that he has got this far, and he's grateful for it, and he's happy. He has his provisional license now. So then he says, "I'm so excited! I can't wait to show All Might and his mom." So he starts taking pictures with his phone, and sends a picture to All Might. And the guys post editing and all this, I realized I skipped a spot, and that was the reveal of why I said there was another failed student or whatever of Shiketsu High. Now we know Inasa was one of them, but the other one was Kami. Now, Kami was not really Kami. If you guys know by now or not, it was none other than Himiko Toga. Now, let me talk about Toga real quick. Toga's quirk is called Transform. Now, whenever she takes blood from somebody, and I think it said that she either ingests it or something, she does something with the blood, and then she can transform into that person. So what she did was she ended up taking Kami's blood and transformed into Kami. Now, while she was in the provisional license exam, she was able to get a hold of Deku's blood. Now, what does that mean for the story? What is going to happen with Deku's blood in the vial that Toga has? Obviously, she's taking it back to Shigaraki, but what is going to happen? What's going to happen? So, now that I've done that, hopefully, in the comments, I'd like to know, what do you guys think Toga is going to do with Deku's blood? Is she going to transform into Deku sometime in the future? Is Shigaraki or the League of Villains or whatever, are they going to test his blood to see that he is the successor of All Might? Or something else? What are they going to do with Deku's blood? In the manga, we have no idea. So, what do you guys think? Leave it in the comments below, and let's leave some theories down in the comments below, so you guys can see what's going on, or you guys can think of what's going on and see where is the story going to go with Toga getting Deku's blood. So now that I've done that, now we can get right back into the video. And after All Might is done with the talking with All for One, he gets the text and sees it and says, "Young Midoriya, you've done it. Great job," and all that. So he's happy that he passed and got the provisional license, so he can now do hero work when is needed. Next, we have everybody is back at the dorms and all that, and you hear Jiro say, "We start regular classes again tomorrow," or whatever, and then you hear all the other girls, they're like, "Yeah," I think it was Mina, she's all like, "Yeah, we start class again," and then all this other so there's little conversations going on here and there in the common area in the dorms, and then Bakugo shows up and tells Deku, "Meet me out front," and he tells him, "Meet me out front tonight." well, it was already really late at night, but and all that. And then the cool thing is while they're walking away from the dorms, we get a good scene of my 3 favorite characters. We see Kirishima sleeping, we see Momo sleeping, and we see Shoto sleeping. So, it's pretty cool that we see some of the other characters, even if they are I guess sleeping and all that. So they're not really in the scene per se. They're just there, and they needed some more I guess filler to fill in the episode to keep it a little bit longer. So I like that, and I was just like, oh, hey, cool, it's my 3 favorite characters. So that was a cool scene for me. Even though they were sleeping, it's not it's that much of a big deal, but it's my 3 favorite characters. So then after that, we cut back to Deku and Bakugo, and Bakugo pieces together the puzzle and says that he talked to All Might and all that, and it wasn't just because of All Might and all this other stuff. It was because once All Might showed up, Deku somehow got a quirk, and he somehow passed the entrance exam, and then somehow passed the provisional license exam while Bakugo failed. And then he goes on to say, all this stuff happened and all this, and you've come up on top this whole time. And they're talking on ground beta. Forgot to mention that they're in ground beta and all that, where they first had their first battle trial arc in the first season. So it was a kind of little homage and some nostalgia trip for long-time viewers, and it was a good thing. I say long-time viewers when season 1 was in 3 years ago. No, 2 years ago, because it was 2016. And then season 2 was in 2017, and then here we are in 2018. And actually, if you think about it, 2019 is going to be season 4. So that's going to be great. Season 4 is going to be awesome. I keep, cutting off and all this, but season 4, guys, if you're an anime-only watcher, stay tuned. Don't worry about anything. Just watch the anime, and you will see why Season 4 is going to be the best season of My Hero. As of right now, at least. As of right now. Because there's not really any other big fights going on in the manga. Season 4 is going to be the best season of My Hero. So once it gets animated, I'm going to be excited for that. Obviously, I'll still be doing anime reviews for it. But I will have some other things to do and all that, so there will be more stuff. So yes, back to what I was trying to say. Basically, we're going to have a Deku versus Bakugo Part 2 fight, because Bakugo, in the English dub, he says, we're going to settle the score right here, right now. And I think that those lines fit the mouthing perfectly, because in the sub he said, let's fight. Now, because of how the mouthing and wording is in sub to dub, I honestly felt that the dub kind of portrayed it a little bit, I guess you could say a little bit better, but it's just because of how the mouthing was, and he said, we're going to finish this right here, right now, and that's how it ended. So it felt more impactful that, that's how it is, and then, in the sub, it's let's fight. So, it's still pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It was still pretty good to see. But I have to say, though, that the English dub kind of portrayed that scene a little bit better. So I'm hoping that the next episode for the fight between Deku versus Bakugo is, the voice acting is on par. It's great. And it's more character development for Bakugo, and he's still one of my favorite characters, but he's not my top. He's not top 5, but he's top 10. So I have to say though that this character development for Bakugo in the next episode is great. It's wonderful. I just want to see how the voice acting is going to be, because the sub did a really good job at it. So I'm hoping it's impactful and emotional as it was in the sub to be portrayed in the dub, and I hope that they do it so well, and I'm pretty sure they will, because the dub has done a wonderful job at portraying these characters, and their voices match the characters so well. So I'm hoping that it's going to be impactful and emotional as it should be. So that is it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you guys stick around for the next episode preview, if you guys like watching those or you don't want to be spoiled or anything, then don't watch it. But if you do, please stick around for the next little bit here and enjoy the rest of your night. If you're watching it tonight, and then if you're watching it tomorrow or something like that, then have a great day. So that is it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Hit that like button, comment down below some stuff. What did you guys think of the episode? And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video. So like I said, that's it for me. I'm Trevor Plays, and bye guys, and see you next time.
Here's the preview! Kacchan and I have both admired All Might with our whole hearts since we were little kids. That's why it's hard to see the meaning in this fight. No matter who wins, what is there to be gained? Still, I have to go through with it. In a way, I think I owe it to Kacchan. After all, we've been through so much together. Next time, Deku vs. Kacchan Part 2! Right now, I'm the only person who can understand how Kacchan must be feeling. Go Beyond! Plus Ultra!